I'm about to show you something that will make you look twice, so don't blink. People are discussing about Charlie Kirk's real pay, and I'll explain it in simple terms so you can see the actual figures. Stay tuned to the very end, because I'll share a small fact that most people overlook when they debate this online. It alters how you interpret the headlines and the money. To begin with, he is paid by a nonprofit, which is required to file public tax forms annually. We can read those forms, which list the salaries of top employees, so we don't have to speculate. His salary was approximately $292,000 in 2019, according to records, as the group expanded quickly. About $283,000 in reportable pay is shown on the IRS form for the following year's filing, with some additional money designated as other income. Subsequent documents reveal that as the group grew, his salary approached $395,000. His salary for the most recent year, covered by press reports and file summaries, is consistently stated as approximately $390,000. High, yes, but consistent with what the records indicate for that year. Therefore, keep in mind that the only hard figures we can all verify are the nonprofit's public forms, which places yearly compensation in the high hundreds of thousands rather than the millions. Here's when the plot becomes complex, and why you should continue to watch. A tax form's wage does not provide a complete picture of a person's financial situation. In addition, he talks at events, conducts a show, sells books, and has connections to similar organizations in the same world that might compensate their leaders as well. However, not all of those figures are readily available. That implies that anyone making a huge claim without supporting documentation is speculating. Treating the tax form pay as the portion we can verify and treating the remainder as unknown, unless a file or contract is provided, is the clean, honest approach. Another thing that many overlook is that nonprofit compensation frequently increases as a group's size does. Leaders frequently receive raises when an organization raises more funds, hires more employees, and hosts more events. The filings show that trend. Reported pay increased along with revenue. That explains the pattern without hearsay, but it doesn't put an end to a value argument. The Higher Education Chronicle. Does this figure qualify as too high? Depending on what you compare it to, yes. Some large nonprofit organizations pay their employees far into the upper six or even seven figures. Some people pay much less. The idea is to evaluate it based on accurate information rather than conjecture. Additionally, keep in mind that a person's pay does not demonstrate their overall wealth or net worth. Those are distinct issues requiring other evidence. Here's the small piece of advice I gave to those that stayed. Constantly ask yourself, what year is this number from? When you read financial articles online. Every year, salaries fluctuate, and people intentionally mix together old and new numbers on the internet. The noise decreases, and the narrative quickly becomes quiet and clear if you match each number to a year on an actual filing. Keep watching until the very end, hit like, leave a comment with your ideas, and share this with a buddy who continues inquiring about the precise figure if this breakdown helps you see the big picture. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss what we have coming up if you're looking for more straightforward, fact-based films that use actual filings and cut through the clutter.